Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our proprietary scan of leading stocks in the market. This is going to be for the coming session, which is going to be Friday, July 19th, 2013. Key thing to keep in mind here is that as we go into tomorrow's trade is that tomorrow is going to be options expiration for the month of July. So we're going to see some barbelled price action. We're going to see some good volumes in the morning. It's going to dry up a little bit over lunch, then we're going to see some big prints again on the close. So today we're already seeing some decent volume and some different names as we're setting up for that expiration. You can see all the volume bumps that we have here. Many of them are earnings related, but some of them are organic on their own. Got Baidu with a volume bump, very strong session, 3% above the day's open. Volume bump in Broadcom, Altera, and eBay reported. Got a volume bump in Qualcomm. We're also seeing a very good one in SanDisk. SanDisk is 2% above the day's VWAP, so they're pushing it very hard into the close here, bidding for shares. And Sina's got an upside CPS condition, 2.5% above the day's VWAP. Really strong session on good volume. Moving on to the financials, here we're paired off like we were for the NASDAQ sectors. So there's no real bias or balance of power here from the signal, so we do have a couple of volume bumps. Got one in Sallie Mae. Morgan Stanley reported. Bank of America also, and American Express. American Express has a downside CPS, so that may be worth noting, especially on the increased volume. Moving on to the energy names, a little bit better to the sell side here than the buy side. There's only one buy and a couple of sells. No real volume bumps here, but we are starting to see some real pressure. BTU is having a very strong day, 3% above the day's open, but it is sporting a differential sell condition at this point. Moving on to the market generals, kind of like the NASDAQ, it's fairly well paired off here. Pretty good volume bump at Hewlett Packard, HPQ, and we're also seeing a volume bump here in UNH, and that is 1.5% above the day's open. Moving on to the housing, very low volume here, so I would probably stay away from these unless we get something news driven. The transport's a little bit better to buy. I would definitely focus on the CPS conditions here, UNP, Norfolk, and FedEx. FedEx is having a real strong day, 4.5% above the day's open. And finally, the commodities, not too much here. We have a little strength yesterday. Today they're a little bit weaker for the most part. We do have a volume bump here in Mosaic, MOX, and a couple of signals. We've got differential buy in silver, wheat, and SLW. That will be on my list for tomorrow, and also U.S. Steel, letter X. All right, folks, keep in mind, remember tomorrow is option expiration for July. So figure that into the mix as you go about your business, and we hope to see you again next week. This has been Rich for tradesight.